My name is Ken Wilder. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to make a statement right now, and then I'm going to back up that statement over the next few minutes. It is all about energy. Now, everything's about energy, but especially in the sales field, it all comes down to energy. Let me explain. I'm going to explain through what I call the circle of knowledge. The circle of knowledge. I'm going to use my personal example as an example, and then we can relate it to sales afterwards. When I was, many years ago, about 30 years ago actually, I played football for the university that I went to. Now, you can't see on film, but you can see me, those people in the audience can actually see me. I'm 5'7", 155 pounds, and exactly the same weight and size that I was 30 years ago when I played football. Now, for those of you who know the game of football, obviously you know that it's a big man's sport, and I'm not exactly a big man. How was it that I was able to play in a league that I really, given my stature, had no business playing in? And I relate it back now to the circle of knowledge. You see, I had a superior knowledge of the game of football. Ever since I was yay high, I studied the game of football. I played it. My father took me to the games. I studied it. I loved the game. I learned the game inside out. That took me to the second wheel of this, the second spoke of this wheel, which was called belief. In order to gain belief in yourself about anything, you first have to have knowledge about it. But here's the catch. In order to move from knowing the game of football to believing in your ability to play it, for me, there has to be something that we have that takes us there, and that is called practice. How many of us are guilty of going to a seminar, listening to what the speaker had to say, loving it, going back to your home or your office, getting all excited and all pumped about the information, putting the book on the shelf and forgetting about it, never doing anything? Can I see a show of hands? Exactly. Most of us, if not all of us. Why? What is it that once we learn something and we know or we believe that it can happen if we put it into practice, that we don't put it into practice? We leave it on the shelf. Why does that happen? Well, that goes actually beyond the scope of this discussion, but let me move forward with this. If you were put it into practice and you had some experience and some success with the material that you put into practice, you would start believing. You would start believing in the material. You would start believing in the process. You would start believing in yourself. Once you develop that belief, here's what's interesting. What happens is that it drives your thirst for more knowledge. Now, in order to move to the third spoke of the wheel, which, by the way, is confidence, we would have to continue, you got it, I knew that you were going to guess it, I heard it in the back, is continue to practice it. And you move, and that's exactly what I did in the game of football. I had a superior level of knowledge of the game. I developed a belief system in myself because I practiced it, I played it, and I had success with it. I continued to practice the game of football and developed a higher level of confidence. By the time that I was in high school, I won the MVP of the league in high school at my size, 5'7", 155 pounds. That developed a higher belief system in me, and it developed a higher drive to learn more about the game. When I graduated football, I played for the university I played for, and continued to practice the game and continued the high level of confidence. But there is a fourth spoke of the wheel that happens, and here's the beautiful part of this fourth spoke, is that once you've developed the three spokes of this wheel, the fourth spoke happens automatically, and that is conviction. It got down to a point where if I was a running back, actually I was a slot back, which is a Canadian, I played in the Canadian game. Now, a slot back is like a cross between a wide receiver and a running back. So I would both go run out for passes and carry the ball as a running back. It got to the point where I felt badly for the linemen, and I felt badly for the linebackers, because I knew with absolute certainty that if I was getting the ball, I could beat them every single time. Not because I was bigger than them, not because I was stronger than them, not because I was faster than them, although I was, but because I had a level of conviction about what I was going to do once I had the ball. That level of conviction, when you get there, and you've got all spokes of the wheel working together, there is a word that describes it beautifully, and that is synergy. Synergy is the working together, and this is a dictionary definition, is the working together of two or more things that will give you a result greater than the sum of their individual parts. Now here's the real kicker. Inside the word synergy, almost, is the word energy. Now, I told you earlier that everything was energy. Now I'm going to give you a demonstration of how energy really works in the real world. Is there anybody here that would like to volunteer? Please?
Mm-hmm.
And are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Right-handed?
Yes.
I'm going to have you relax your left arm down by your side. Bring up your right arm like that. Exactly. And I'm going to turn your thumb down facing that way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down on this hand. And I want you to look straight ahead. And I want you to resist as hard as you can. I'm going to be testing this muscle in here. It's a small little muscle.
Okay.
It's called the posterior deltoid muscle.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's not a strength test. I just want to see where your strength lies. Okay. And when you're ready, I'm going to push down. 1, 2, 3, go. Hard as you can. Okay. Now if I push down any harder,
Yes.
relax your arm. If I push down any harder, would your arm have come down?
Possibly.
Possibly? Let's try it again.
All right.
I want to get that level. Look straight ahead.
Okay.
And ready, resist. As hard as you can. Yes?
That wasn't so bad.
Okay, relax your arm. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to wave my hand down one side of your body.
Okay.
I'm not going to touch you in any way, so
Okay.
you don't have to worry about that. Look straight ahead. And what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and concentrate on any feeling that you get when I do that.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead, close your eyes. Take my hand down, and I'm going to wave it down one side of your body. There. Feel that? And there. Feel that? And there.
Mm-hmm.
There. Let's try it one more time. There again. Same spots. There. There. Good. Now raise your right hand. Put your thumb down. I'm going to use my pinky finger this time. I'm going to push down as hard as I want you to resist as hard as you can. You ready? Go ahead. Resist. What's the matter?
I don't know.
Were you a little bit weaker?
Maybe.
I think I better go the other way around on you. Do this and strengthen you back up. Janine, thank you very much for volunteering.
Okay.
Okay.
You're welcome.
And don't go away yet, because I
Okay.
may need you again. But you
All
can
right.
go stand over. Quantum physicists tell us that everything in this universe, at its finest unit of measurement, is nothing but energy and information. Our bodies are exactly the same way. And if that's the case, our bodies, however, give off that energy and information in very different ways. Have we all heard of an aura? We know that auras exist. We can actually photograph auras. It's called Kirlian photography. And so we know that auras exist. Now auras are different. They differ from every person. They differ in size, they differ in color, they differ in magnitude, but there's one common denominator amongst all 7 billion people on the planet. And that's the direction in which the energy emanates from our body. Now there's different emanations of energy, but the energy line that I used with Janine is called the stomach meridian line. And the stomach meridian line starts at the knee and it moves up towards the eye. And the energy comes out of our body in that direction. If you remember what I did with Janine was I put my hand inside of her aura and pushed down against that natural upward flow, and I can actually feel the energy pushing against the little hairs on my hand. And if you remember, I asked Janine, I said, Janine, do you feel it here, here, here? I actually felt that energy in the back of my hand. And as I'm pushing down against that natural upward flow, it is causing her body stress because it's going against her natural flow of energy. Who here now believes that it has everything to do with energy? Can I please see a show of hands? Only about half the room. I think I have a little bit of work to do. So Janine, if you don't mind, come on back up here. Thank you. Now, can you take off your watch again, please, and your jewelry, any of the coins, magnets, metals of any kind that you have? And come on, when you're ready, come on, step in front of me. And face everybody this way, if you would, please. Okay, great. Now we're going to do the same thing. Just for testing, to make sure that we know where the level of strength lies, I'm going to push down. Are you ready? Look straight ahead. Resist as hard as you can. Go. Okay, so we've got that level of strength. What I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to take your phone, put it in your left hand. I'd like you to put it up to your left ear, as if you're speaking. Put your right arm up, parallel to the ground, with your thumb down. And this time again, I'm just going to use my pinky finger. You tell me if it's stronger or weaker. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Resist. Go. Can we give Janine a hand again for participating? Thank you, Janine.
Thank you.
For coming. Okay, now, the first time I was proactive at interrupting her energy lines. The second time I let a piece of electronic do that for us.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if everything in this universe has energy, and is energy and information, then the cell phone is the same thing. The only problem is the cell phone emanates an energy that we don't like. It's called electromagnetic radiation. Its wavelength, or its energy, is inconsistent and incongruent with ours. And when we bring it inside of our aura, it works against our natural energy lines, our natural energy flow, and what happens is it weakens her arm. It weakens our entire body, and we can demonstrate that through the weakness of her arm.